Keeping our why right in front of us is pretty important. We're going to talk about that today. Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. What a beautiful day. I know it's cloudy, it looks like it might rain. It's not supposed to rain, but it's 74 degrees right now, with the humidity making it feel like 74. And that is such a relief after the last 4 days. It's been, well, I won't say brutally hot, but it has been. I mean, it's not unusual. It's pretty much standard for Omaha, Nebraska in the summertime. But it's still, pretty hot when you're out in it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. You might be asking yourself, Bob, what in the world are we watching here? Well, basically you're watching me walk. This doesn't seem exciting until you realize that 2 years ago I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for a couple of minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking up and down my street every day. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. It means a lot to me that you spend just a few moments of your day with me. I'd like to ask everyone to help me out just a little bit. Go ahead and drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." Hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. All these little things that are absolutely free help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 61 years old, and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40, like out here walking up and down the street every day. But many people have heard me talk about my why and why I think it's important. There's a mower running up there pretty loud, so I'm going to go ahead and turn back and go this way for now. But our why, we have to keep it right in front of us at all times. Because I saw a comment, as you saw in the short that I put out yesterday, I saw a comment on one of the Facebook groups that I follow, and they're saying, "What do I do? I'm getting so tired of eating just beef, eggs, and salt." Well, this is where our why comes in. Why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourself through this? It could be any number of things. Now, me personally, I don't think the nebulous, "I want to get a little healthier," is a strong enough why to keep us on track when things like that pop up. I think we need to have very specific goals, whether it be take your dog for a walk, or be able to take your dog to the dog park, or play with your grandkids. Get down on the floor and play with your grandkids, and be able to get back up again. You have type 2 diabetes and you want to get off your drugs. Whatever your why is. And I've talked about my whys quite a bit. Today we're going to talk about a slightly different one, because I thought of this while I was sitting out melting in the heat yesterday. Because I was up at the miniature golf course. When it gets really hot like this, Dave spreads things out rather than one person coming in for the day shift and then one person coming in for the night shift. He schedules everybody for little 4-hour blocks so that no one person's out in the heat too long. Because it was brutal yesterday. I think the actual temperature only got to 95, but the heat index was about 115. It was pretty hot out. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why am I doing this to myself? Sitting out here in the heat like this. It's not like working at a miniature golf course pays a lot of money. But it does pay something. And every little bit, when you're a retired guy on a fixed income, helps out quite a bit. Speaking of helping out, you know, it's Prime Day. Today and tomorrow, Amazon Prime. So if you happen to be an Amazon Prime customer and don't have anybody that you're currently supporting through your Amazon purchases, if you were going to go buy something today anyway, go ahead and click one of the links down in my description. And even if you don't buy the thing that's there, if you arrive at Amazon through one of my links, I'll get just a tiny little percentage. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. You know, I average about $4 or $5 a month in commissions from Amazon. So it's not like I'm out here getting rich, but as I said, every little bit helps. And if you were going to buy something from Amazon anyway, why not help an old guy out? But as I was saying, my why, you know, why am I sitting out there baking in the sun? Because there's a little bit of money to be made. And hopefully I'll get to show you guys the two things I just bought. I bought myself a new grill. It's a charcoal grill because I don't want to have anything that runs off propane out on my homestead when I get there. I figured it's easier to buy a bag of charcoal, fire up the grill, and cook, you know, 5 to 10 days worth of hamburgers at a time, and just get it done that way rather than trying to cook on a gas grill every day and then having to go and get the tanks refilled as they run out. Because you can still get a really big bag of charcoal pretty cheap. But the why is because I want to be able to buy some things for the homestead without messing up my budget. So you don't necessarily have to have a why that is dealing with your carnivore diet specifically. I think why transfers to everything we do in life. You know, why do you go to work every day? Well, because there's bills to pay. Why do you eat the proper human diet? So that you can have the best health you possibly can. Because we don't necessarily get tomorrow. So we have to figure out what types of things we can do today. So that if we get tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be slightly better. But again, the primary focus of your why when dealing with the carnivore diet is when you're getting tired of eating just beef and eggs and salt, and you think, ugh, I just don't want any more of that. First of all, you can have other meats. You can have chicken or pork or fish or whatever you want. But beef or any other ruminant meat should still be the primary focus of your diet. And when you have those little down troughs where you're thinking, gosh, I'd really love to order a pizza, or I want to go to Subway and get a Subway sandwich. Remember that Jared guy lost a ton of weight eating just Subway sandwiches. If you have your why right in front of you, every time you start to feel like, I don't know if I really want another hamburger today. If your why is right in front of you, whether that be, taking your dog for a walk, or getting down on the floor and playing with your grandkids, taking your grandkids to the zoo, or taking yourself to the zoo. I like to go to the zoo every once in a while. If you've been to the Omaha Zoo, you know why. But you just have to keep that why right in front of you. Now, I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact that your why should make you cry, like several other famous YouTubers will talk about. But I think just the basic desire to fulfill what you're trying to accomplish, whether it be cutting your own grass, going for a walk every day, whatever it is, if you keep that why right in front of you, you can then think to yourself, do I really want that pizza more than I want to be able to walk tomorrow? Do I really want that, whatever it happens to be, more than I want to sit down on the floor and play with my grandkids? That's really where your why comes into play. I think I've beat this dead horse enough. Hopefully some of what I said today made sense. This was more about getting outside and enjoying this 74-degree weather after the last 4 days of really brutal hot. Even for Omaha, it was pretty hot. It wasn't record-setting. We got to keep that in mind. Most of the record temperatures around the country are back in the 1930s, all the way back. There's a couple of states where their high temperatures were set back in the 1910s and the 00s. So this heat wave is nothing unusual. It's just, shall we say, certain people are attempting to make it sound like this is the worst weather has ever been. And it's not. It's just summertime. It always gets hot in the summertime, and, of course, the sky is falling. That's the way people are. That's how they get headlines. That's how they get clicks now. Same thing in the wintertime. Oh, record colds, polar vortex. All these new fancy sounding words for stuff that's happened pretty much every day since time began. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. I hope some of what I said today made sense. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.